Alright, first I will do some testing here. Yeah, I hope all of you can hear my voice as usual. Alright, so yeah, so today we're going to discuss about the Perlis paper 2 and yep, so let me put the marking scheme around me just in case I do some mistake today. Alright, so what is the consequences on using pencil on the SPM Add Math paper? Yeah, I heard the examiner might not mark your paper if you use the pencil. But pencil you can use on graph, so you just use the pen on all your writing. There will be 1 KBAT questions that can't be easily solved in 2017. And 2016, 2017 will be the boat questions, the cylinder questions. Sir, the question is not clear. Wait for a while. What do you mean by not clear? Yeah, if you can't see the question clearly, maybe you will need to like restart your modem router. I guess it's an internet issue. Yes, in the exam you definitely need to use pen. This is some common sense. So are you going to do live after police paper? Yes, tomorrow night I will do the one last live streaming before your SPM Add Math. Yeah, I will do one more live streaming for you tomorrow night. Can you show us the probability distribution question? No, yeah, later we will discuss about probability distribution. Definitely. Video title is Modern Math. Oh my god. Wait for a while. Because I'm not sure why the YouTube here always doesn't update my. Yeah, it always doesn't update my title. Actually, I just now already changed to paper 2, but it just doesn't update. So let me update now. Yeah, I guess your teacher should tell you many times do not use pencil. Pencil only used for sketch graph or drawing any diagram thing, then you can use the pencil. Yeah, this one should be a common sense of using pen. Alright, so yeah, for the MRSM paper 1 question 15, I'm not sure yet. If I have time, I might look into it. So let's start about this live streaming. Because paper 2 going to take a lot of time, so we just do not waste time on chatting. Alright, so okay, so let's start about the first question here. Alright, so the diagram 1 show the trapeziums OPQR and then T lies on PR. Alright, so you have OR here. I'm going to draw my OR here. No need to write OR, just write 9B will do. And then I will do, always draw the direction and draw the arrow for it. So OB will be 3A. Alright, then I have something like this. OR equals to 3 over 2 PQ, but I want to know PQ, isn't it? So I will say PQ. I move the 3 over 2 to the other side, become 2 over 3 OR, right? So it will become 2 over 3. Your OR will be 9B. OR will be 9B, isn't it? So I simplify, I got 3, so it's 6B. So my PQ will be 6B. Alright, so I kind of solved everything already. So the first A here, they asked us to express PR. So we want to find what is PR. Yeah, PR basically, PR will be PO plus OR, isn't it? So will be equals to negative 3A plus 9B. Why negative? Because opposite direction. Opposite direction will do a negative. And then the question asked about OQ. So we want to go from O to Q here. Will be OP plus PQ, isn't it? So will be equals to 3A plus 6B. Alright, this 3 mark is very easy. Alright, so okay, given that PT equals to KPR, where K is a constant. Find the value of K if the OTQ is collinear. Yeah, I say something like OTQ is collinear. When you see something like this, what you can do, you will need to form one equation and relate to them. And one of the equation given, because you want to, in order to find K here, basically you need to understand you need two different equations. So therefore, one equation is from the collinear. Collinear, you have to do something to do, you have to write some equation with lambda. And this one is given, it's simple. So this one I'm going to use some space here, so I'm going to write here. So PT equals to K, PR is given, I mean not given, we already found, -3a plus 9b. Alright, so if I have the PT equals to KPR here, I normally do not like my equation in PT. I prefer leave it OT. So what I will do over here is, from the PT over here, I'm going to separate them. I'm going to separate them into PO plus OT. Okay, because I prefer to make OT as a subject, because later I see OTQ, I will need to use OT again. So here I prefer to make OT as a subject. So equals to K, -3a plus 9b. Of course, over here maybe it's good for us to expand here. Multiply K for both, -3ka plus 9kb. Alright, we know PO. OP will equals to 3a. This one will become -3a because it's PO. Plus OT is the thing we want to make as a subject. So then the next thing I will do is I move the -3a to the other side, become +3a. So plus 3a. And then I will group the a together. I will group the a together, so which is 3 minus 3k a plus 9kb. Alright, so this is the first equation I made in terms of OT. Then the next thing is I need to do the collinear here. So I'm going to use other color maybe. Alright, so since this one is collinear, I will say OT equals to the lambda. Okay, over here you can choose, you want to choose TQ or you want to choose OQ. Definitely I will choose OQ. Even though you choose TQ, the equation is still correct, but it's very hard for you to get TQ. So I will choose OQ because we already have the OQ. OQ. So OT is the thing I want to make it as subject, so it's very nice. OQ, I just substitute 3a plus 6b. Alright, so we kind of got the answer already. So I will just like write one more. I just multiply lambda into here. 3 lambda a plus 6 lambda b. Right, then we have both OT, isn't it? So I'm going to substitute OT into the OT. So this is what happened here. So therefore, I just substitute this one into here. So you will see 3 lambda a plus 6 lambda b will equals to 3 minus 3k a plus 9kb. Right, then the next thing is I will comparing A and comparing B. So if I comparing A, what happened is I will just focus on the number in front of the letter A here. So you can see 3 lambda will equals to 3 minus 3k. If I divide 3 for the whole equation here, you can see this is lambda equals to 1 minus k. I'm going to call it my first equation. Then I will do comparing B. Then I focus on the letter in front of the B here, which is 6 lambda equals to 9k. And I have the lambda, right? So I'm going to substitute my lambda back into here. So it'll be 6, 1 minus k equals to 9k. So 6 minus 6k equals to 9k. Then 15k equals to 6. Then k will equals to 6 over 15, which is 2 over 5. Right, this is how we actually solve this kind of questions. Yeah, so this is how we do, because you only have two equations. If you read your equation, you realize your equation have lambda, have a, have b, have k. So you can see lambda, a, b, and k, which is 4 unknown here. 4 unknown, you only have two equations. So the easiest way is do the comparing method. This is one of the easiest way to find k. So of course, in these questions, the only difficult part for most of the students is they need to form the equation by themselves. So because this equation is not given, so this is the reason why they tell you something about collinear and parallel. The purpose of this is they're trying to hint you need to make one equation by yourself. Because the other equation is given. This equation, if you only work on this equation, there's no way you get k. So please, when you see collinear, form the equation by yourself and substitute into each other. Alright. So to get a minus how much, how many marks we should get, estimate the graph. Yeah, so every day also so many students ask how many marks you want to get A minus. My guessing is 60 to 65, you already will get A minus. Yeah, if someone tell you 50 you can get A minus, don't believe them, it's too low. Right, so let me move on to the next one. Yeah, for A1, or they call A plus, I guess is 70 to 75. Can you move the question a bit? Yeah. So I hope you understand how to do this one. And this is how I will do the comparing and all that. Alright, so let me move on to the next question. If you can't follow here, maybe you can rewatch this video later. Alright, this is another K-bar question. So yeah, let's work out this K-bar. Alright, this question itself, you need to have some knowledge about graph in order to solve this question, because you have one equation. Okay, let me just go through the question with you. The diagram 2 shows the side view of a bridge. So the curved part of at the bottom of the bridge is supported by 5 steel poles. The height in meter of each of the steel pole is represented by the function fx equal to ax squared plus half x plus 5, where x is the distance of the pole from the first pole and a is a constant. Right, so from here, the first height here will be 5 here. So we know this height over here is 5, and you see from here, you know basically it's 5 here. And then the question say given that the length of the bridge is 200 meters and the height of the first pole is 5 meters, find the height of the highest pole. So the question wants you to find what is this height. Because this one obviously is the longest one, or you can say is the highest one. So therefore, for this kind of question, first thing is from this equation, you know this equation actually represents by the bridge, right? This equation actually represents by the this curve. Right, so but the most difficult part for this question is where is the y-axis? Because if you do not know the y-axis, right, there's no way you can actually find, even though you want to find the highest one, you can do dy dx to complete a square, but you need to know y-axis first before you do that. Because if you know y-axis, you know what x value you can substitute in. Alright, yeah, because the student might think the y-axis can be here, can be here, can be here, can be here. Yeah, the y-axis can be everywhere, but then where is the y-axis? Because the difficult part about this question is you have the bx. So when you have the bx, the graph actually you're going to shift left and right. So of course the easiest way to get the y-axis is we always make x equals to 0. Because when we make x equal to 0, we can get y-intercept, right? Alright, so this is one of the very important concepts. It seems very easy, but if in the exam you can't think about that, then it might be hard for you. Alright, so what I will do is I will make x equal to 0 here. If you sub the 0 into here, you will actually get 5. So therefore, I know this bridge over here, this curve in yellow one, actually touch at 0.5 here. Now you have the second question. You have the second question is like, even though you know it's touched at 5, they still have two possibilities. It can be like this, touch at 5, or it can be like this, touch at 5. Yeah, so you need to see which one actually is the correct one. So it's very depends on the A value. Okay, because you know this is maximum graph, maximum graph A should be positive. I mean, A should be negative. I mean, A must be negative, right? So if A must be negative, right, I give you some idea. Let's say I substitute -1 into A. Let's say I substitute -1 into A here. I give you some idea. So if I had -x squared plus half x plus 5. So if we do the completing the square for this equation, we will factorize out the negative. Then we get -half x plus 5, isn't it? So completing the square actually tells us that we need to do something like x minus 1/4 square minus 1/16 and then plus 5. Alright. This is just completing the square. Alright, so from the completing the square here, you realize your x value will be 1/4, right? 1/4, what's the concept of 1/4? So just now you have these two sides, right? This will be the maximum x value. This one will be your maximum x value. So that means if your maximum is over here, then your x value must be at positive side of x-axis. X-axis. Because if the maximum is here, this one must be negative, right? Because this one is before the y-axis. So this x value will be negative. But because of this negative sign here, it can be negative any value. -1 is just an assumption, but it can be any other value. So therefore, so if you see the maximum graph, the bx is positive. If you see the maximum graph, the bx which is this one, half x, is positive, then your graph is going this direction. Okay, from the y-axis going this y-axis going this direction. So if your bx is negative, then you're going to go another direction for bx is negative. Alright, so if you're still not sure, you can always use the completed square to actually like work it out. Alright, so therefore, based on the testing just now, yeah, we know our y-axis is somewhere here. It's just nice touching here. So this is my y-axis here, and then I will touch the coordinate 0, 5 based on the y-intercept concept. So my x-axis will be somewhere here. Alright, now if you know about this one, then everything will become very, very simple. Okay, so because the length is 200, and then this is parabola graph, and then here definitely is 5 also, right? So it's totally symmetry. So we know our x value on the middle. This line axis symmetry is called x equal to 100, isn't it? So from here, I know my maximum point here must be 100. Why? Because 200 divided by half is 100. Okay, if you know x equal to 100, the whole question becomes very easy already. You can do the dy/dx or you want to do complete the square. Both will give you a correct result. So since they want the maximum, right? So okay, this is my equation. Yeah, I prefer dy/dx because it's easier and faster. So I will differentiate hx, I will get 0. So if I differentiate hx, I will get 2ax plus 1/2 equals to 0. And my x is just 100, I found it just now, equals to -half. Then 200a equals to -half. Then a will equals to -1/400. Alright, so if you got the a value, what I would do is I would just substitute into the hx. So hx equals to -1/400 x squared plus half x plus 5. So I want to get what is the maximum height here, right? I just substitute the 100 into my hx. So I get -100 square plus 100 divided by 2 is 50 plus 5. Then you just use the calculator. You should be able to easily get the answer, which is 30 meters. Alright, this is how we actually solve this kind of questions. So wait, how to get the 100? Yeah, because if your y-axis is over here, you can see from y-axis here, go all the way 200. The coordinate here, the x coordinate here is 200, isn't it? So and then because this is a parabola graph, we know the maximum must on the middle. So you just use the 200 divided by 2, then you should be able to get the 100. Teacher, the last is 5 centimeter. Yeah, the last is 5 here. 5 meter is 5 meter, not centimeter. Alright, so if you do not, okay, if you have no idea what it is, this is function. When we want to differentiate function, this is how we write. This one actually same idea with differentiate hx. Okay, if you think that there's no way you actually get the differentiation in the exam, you can do the completing the square. So I'm going to show you about the completing the square here. Okay. Let me change to other color. Okay, let's say today I want to do about completing the square for this equation. So hx, I factorize out the a here. This is x squared plus half 2ax plus 5. Alright, then completing the square, I will just factorize x squared plus 2ax plus something square minus something square, right? Plus 5. This is how we do the completing the square. The something here is always b divided by 2. This is 1 over 4a. Divide 2 basically means multiply 2 at the bottom, right? And the first 3 terms you combine them, become x plus 1 over 4a squared. And this one I will expand it, it's 1 over 16a squared plus 5. And then I multiply the a into the both here. So x plus 1 over 4a squared minus a multiplied in will be 1 over 16a plus 5. Alright, okay, based on the, I already done the completing square here. Just now we have the diagram. We know the maximum point is 100y, right? So therefore I know my x value is 100. So therefore I will say negative 1 over 4a should equals to 100. So a will equals to negative 1 over 400. And then you should know this one is the maximum height, right? So maximum height I will do 1 over 16a. A is negative 1 over 400 plus 5. So you will get 30 meter as well. Alright, so yeah, so for completing the square, it might be even harder a little bit. Okay, so yeah. So anyways, both method will do. Just depend you familiar with differentiation or completing the square. Yeah, because completing the square, you have unknown here because I scared a lot of you do not know how to do the completing the square for this kind of equation. So yeah, this is how you do it. Can you repeat one more time? Okay, I repeat one more time, alright. Okay. Just assume we have no information here. Okay, step by step. The first step over here, what you want to do is, first step, for this kind of equation represented by the bridge or any represented by a bowl or represented by any shape lah. So you have an equation represented. It's very good for you to actually find out where is the y-axis and where is the y-axis or x-axis. This is always the first step you want to do. Because why you want to do that? We go to the second step. Because you want to sub any coordinate you have into the equation. You want to sub the coordinate into the equation, in this case hx. Alright, because without knowing the y-axis or x-axis, there's no way you can get the coordinate. If you can't get the coordinate, you can't sub in, there's no way you get the value a. So because you have unknown here, if without the unknown, then everything will be very easy. So therefore, one of the way to find the y-axis, I say just now, is make x equals to 0, because this is the way we actually use to find the y-intercept. Alright, so I will sub the 0 into this equation because I want to know my y-intercept. So if I sub the 0 into hx here, a times 0 is 0. Half times 0 is 0. I left a 5 here. So therefore, from this calculation, I know my y-intercept is equals to 5. So this is the reason why they tell you the height at the beginning is 5 meters, because they want you to understand this is your y-axis and its intercept at 5 here. This one is what we call y-intercept. If y-intercept is a 5 here, you should know where is your x-axis. Your x-axis will be slightly below here, isn't it? This one will be x-axis, this one will be y-axis. Alright, after you know the y-axis and x-axis already, so what you need to do is, because this is parabola graph, the maximum point is always on the middle. That's why he give you 200 here, because they want you to understand the middle will be 100. Just 200 divided by 2. Nothing very hard. So therefore, I know this value on x-axis. This one is 100. This one is 200, isn't it? Because from y-axis here, move 100 unit to the right hand side is 100, right? Move 200 unit to right hand side is 200. Okay, so therefore, I can know the maximum coordinate here based on the x-axis. I know this is 100 for sure, the x coordinate, but we do not know the y value, because y value is what we want to find. Because y value will represent by the height here, we need to find the y. So therefore, if you know x equals to 100 as the maximum point, there's two ways you get the maximum point in your MF syllabus. The first way is do the computing the square. The second way is make the dy dx equals to 0. So therefore, just now I showed two methods. The first method is I do the differentiation. I make the dy dx equals to 0. The second method is I doing the completing the square in order to get the equation completing the square, and then I can use the 100 to actually solve it. Okay, so this is how I do. So after I do, let's say I do the differentiation, then I will substitute my 100 back into here. I get my a value, then I substitute it back, then I can get my maximum height. Alright, so if you still do not understand, yeah, sorry, I can't help. This is just 5-mark question. Maybe in the exam you can just skip it out. Yes, the first tiang and the last tiang both is 5 meters, yes. So just now, at the very beginning, I do explain there's two possible for that the graph just now. It can be your graph look like this, or it can be your graph look like this. Yeah, but because your equation is look like this, right? Ax squared plus half x plus 5. Because your a is the negative value, and this one is positive, your bx is positive, it must in this side. I means the graph going to from the middle, the graph supposedly from middle going to the right hand side. Okay, if today you have this equation ax squared, same maximum graph, minus half x plus 5, then your graph is this one, is the second one. This one, if positive positive half x is the first one. If the negative half x here will be the second one. So you just remember, when a is a negative, the b is positive, then your graph going to go right hand side. If a is negative, b is negative, your graph going to go to left hand side. Okay, so this is the only tips I can give you. You still do not understand? Nah, I can't do anything. Need to 30 minutes 5 or not? 30 minus 5. Why minus 5 here? Let me see my calculation. I hope it's correct. Negative 400 plus 55. Yeah, it's 30 what? Do not need to minus 5. Do not need to minus 5, because this value actually represents the y value. So therefore, if you get the 30, right, the value here is 30, right? So therefore, the height here from the x-axis, the height of the pole is like this. Sorry. This is from the x-axis to here is 30. Because the x-axis is not on here. If the x-axis is over here, then you need to minus 5. But then the x-axis actually is below, right? Because this coordinate is the y is not 0, y is 5. So therefore, you can straight away use the 30. Why the title keep on changing wrongly? Oh my god. Perlis. Yeah, I just changed to Perlis, but it changed to MRSM again. Yeah, thanks for informing me. No, the height is 30 meter. Height is 30 meter. Height, how do we calculate the height? Basically from the ground to the maximum, right? The ground is x-axis. So from the x-axis to the maximum height is 30. Okay, so do not need to minus 5. Alright, so yeah, please do not waste so much time on the K-mark question. Yeah, this is Perlis paper, not MRSM. MRSM I already did. Okay, so second question. Okay, for third question, this one they give 7 marks, and I check the marking scheme. The marking scheme actually use the method I think is quite difficult, so I will just use the easiest way to do this one because we have limited time. Yeah, they ask us to find the radius of each pi. So the aquifer, is it? Yeah, there's no idea how to pronounce this name. Okay, I just read that. Aquifer. So aquifer boards 2 Harumanis pi with a different size. So given the sum of the circumference of both pi is 16 pi, and sum of the surface area of both pi will be 34 pi. Yeah, I have no idea what is Harumanis. I just Google it. It's just some fluid. It's just some fluid with a pi. Alright, so I just assume you have two circle pi here. It's different size. So maybe one is bigger, one is smaller. Alright. And then definitely you have 2 radius. So let's say the radius, this one I call x. This radius over here I call y. Okay, just assume it's a perfect circle, even though I know my circle is very bad. Alright, it's very ugly, but then just assume it's a perfect circle. Alright, so we know actually how to find the circumference of the circle, right? It's doing 2 pi r. We know how to find the surface area of the circle, right? Just pi r squared. Right, so therefore sum of their circumference, that means I will do 2 pi x plus 2 pi y should equals to 16 pi. Alright, I divide 2 pi for the whole equation just because I want to simplify it. I divided 2 pi, I divided 2 pi, I divided 2 pi. So I have x plus y equals to 8. So maybe I call x equals to 8 minus y. My first equation. Alright, so then the second equation, I will use the area to actually form the second equation. So yeah, the second equation basically is pi x squared plus pi y squared equals to 34 pi. Because the question says sum of the both surface area is 34 pi. So I simplify by divide pi for the whole thing. So I get x squared plus y squared equals to 34. Alright, then this is my second equation. Then the next thing is I'm going to do a substitution, and you should able to see this one is basically the simultaneous, right? So maybe I use the space here. So therefore, I have my x, right? 8 minus y squared plus y squared equals to 34. So 64 minus 16y plus y squared equals to 34. So 2y squared minus 16y plus 30 equals to 0. So divide 2, y squared minus 8y plus 15 equals 0. Then I factorize it. I should get y minus 5y minus 3. Alright, so my y equals to 5 or my y equals to 3. So the question asked me to calculate the radius of each pi. So therefore I try to substitute the x. I substitute into the x equation. So equals to 8 minus 5. So x equals to 3. Or I substitute into here 8 minus 3, 8 equals to 5. So you can see either 3, 5 or 5, 3. So either one will be correct. Alright, so yeah, this is how we do this kind of question. Yeah, I have no idea why so simple they give you 7 marks. Just now the K-mark question they give you 5 marks only. Alright, so what was the method in the marking scheme? Yeah, let me check it out. I think they do the substitution as well. But because they actually use the longest formula, x equals to negative b plus minus b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Yeah, they use these methods to actually work it out. But anyways, yeah, this is how to do this question. Yeah, no need to determine because the question doesn't tell you which pi is biggest. So therefore there's no need to determine which one is x or y. You just say both radius is 3 cm and 5 cm. That's all. Yeah, I find divide 2 pi and make the whole equation a lot easier. Alright, so yeah, let me drink a water. Yeah, as long as you can factorize, just factorize. There's no way to use the long method unless you will get decimal, then you have to show the formula. Alright. Alright, so go to the question number 4 here. So a teacher wants to select either Ahmad or Lukman to represent the school in 100-meter swimming event. Table 1 actually shows the time taken for each student to complete the swimming event in 6 tries. So the time taken to complete the 100 swimming event in a second. So you have the 6 different times here. Calculate the standard deviation in second for the time taken by Ahmad and Lukman to complete the 100-meter swimming event. So basically you need to find both of their standard deviation, and then the teacher will select the student with best and more consistent performance. So you should know, in order to get a more consistent performance, you should pick the one have lower standard deviation score. Okay, so basically the lowest the standard deviation score, the best performance is. Means you actually get more consistent. I can say more consistent. Alright, so therefore statistic. Yeah, a little bit lazy to do statistic, but okay, let's do it together. Okay, so for standard deviation, we have a formula for it. So this is ungrouped data, so it's sum of x squared over n minus sum of x over n squared. Alright, this is standard deviation. Okay, so the scoring here is all the x value. So I'm going to work out the Ahmad here. So all my x value here, like 51.3, 48.2, 52.0, 47.3, 55.0, and 52.4. This is all the x value. Then I can get the x squared value. Definitely from all the x value here, I can do the sum of x, right? Basically, I use the calculator to plus all the x value. Alright, 51.3 plus 48.2 plus 52.0 plus 47.3 plus 45 plus 52.4. Alright, I hope I didn't type anything wrong. So this one will be 296.2. And then I want to work out the x squared. So x squared basically is just square all the value here. Alright, so 51.3 square. So I get 2631.69. 48.2 square. And then I will get 2323.24. I mean 3. 2323.24. Alright, 52 square. I get 2704. 47.3 square. I will get 2237.29. And 45 square, yeah, it's very boring, but then you have to work it out. So no choice. So 2745.76. Alright, then I can get the sum of x squared. Because I know my n here. N basically equals to 6. So I can easily substitute my n into here. So right now what I'm doing is I try to find the sum of x squared and sum of x. Then I plug in into the formula, then I can easily get the standard deviation score. So I'm going to plus all of them. Alright. You can use your calculator to plus. plus 2704 plus 2323.24 plus 2631.69. Okay, I get 14666.98. Alright, then I can get the standard deviation for Ahmad. Alright, Ahmad here. Alright, so will be square root of sum of x squared 14666.98 divided by 6 and then minus 296.2 divided by 6 square. Alright, this is how we actually work out the standard deviation. So I will do divide 6 minus 296.2 square over 6. Then I square root my answer. Oh my god, let me just type again. 14666.98 over 6 minus 292. Okay, let me add a bracket for it. 292 or 296.2 square over 6. Then square root my answer. Am I calculating anything wrong here? Why I get negative value? 296. Should we just type in the calculator because I did this question just now. 22236 3 times 6 18. Yeah, it should be correct, right? Oh yeah, it's divide then only square lah. Shit. 0.98 square minus 296.2 over 6, the whole thing square. Then square root my answer. I should get 2.73. Then you will use the same methods. Yeah, I actually pressed wrong. Oh yeah, you can do 26 lah, 3 decimal place. And then you will do the same thing for the Luqman. Alright, so then you see which one actually gives you the smaller result, then the lesser result one will be highest performance. Alright, so I'm not going to do for Luqman, so you're going to test it out yourself. And based on the marking scheme, yeah, you should get the Luqman actually have more consistent, so I guess the standard deviation of the Luqman will be less than the standard deviation of Ahmad. Alright, so you just work it out by yourself. Yeah, I do check out the marking scheme. The marking scheme is 2.665. I think the marking scheme is less accurate. One of the reasons I think is less accurate because the mean itself, they round off to 49.37. So to make the whole standard deviation become the less accurate, normally we will never round off like so early. So yeah, will be slightly different with marking scheme. Yeah, suppose. But then in the exam, I think they will actually give you the better range because I think you get more decimal you shouldn't got wrong. Because if you get more decimal, that means your answer is more accurate. Alright, I hope I do reply the Farah questions. Alright, so let's move on to the next question. Alright, 5A here. Okay, they ask you to show this one. Okay, this question might be a little bit... Yeah, standard deviation formula, I guess it's given. Standard deviation formula. Yeah, the standard deviation for ungrouped data, right? Yeah, it's here. But definitely, you know the mean, you can plug in this one, right? Into here. Then you will get exactly same formula with me just now. Right. So let's move on to question number 5. Oh my god, we spent so much time until question number 5 only. Okay. This one actually is quite easy, but if you can't see that, it might be quite hard. Because you see that they actually change the angle from 3/4x to 3/2x. So a lot of students might get panic on it. So of course the easiest one is we let something like a equals to 3 over 4x. Okay, so I will let a equal to 3 over 4x. So you should know this is a, this is another a, right? Then I have cos square a minus sine square. And then based on the formula, you know this one actually equals to cos 2a, right? And then I plug in my a value here, which is 3 over 4x. Then I will simplify it. Then I get cos 3 over 2x. Short. Alright. Again, it's quite easy, but then you need to get the idea. If you get the idea, then you should be okay. Yeah, you can use apple if you love it. Yeah, A for apple. What? Anyways, yeah. So this is how you do this kind of questions. Alright, for part B, they ask you to sketch a graph for y equals to this one. Alright, so yeah, let's sketch a graph together. So I have y equals to 2 modulus cos 3 over 2x. Alright, first thing is you should know this is the a value. And then this one, 3 over 2 means 1.5 cycle. That means in 2 pi. That means in 2 pi, 3 over 2, 3 divided by 2 is 1.5, right? So you have 1.5 cycle of cos in 2 pi. So I'm going to draw it out. So I give you some idea about what is 3 over 2 first. 1 cycle, this is cos 1 cycle, right? And then I can draw another half of the cycle. So do you see? This is half, right? So this is what we call 1.5. This is 1 cycle. This is 0.5 cycle. So if add up, become 3 over 2. Alright, but because of the modulus, whatever on the negative one, below the x-axis one, going to do a reflex. So you have roughly something like this. Okay, if you get the idea, I'm going to erase it to redraw it. So therefore, my graph should look like this. 1, 2, and half, isn't it? Yeah. So you should have something like this, and then the maximum point here should be 2. Alright, so okay, we label the x-axis. So this one will be 2 pi. This one will be y. Yeah, a lot of students might struggle like how to label all this. Okay, one of the easier method I can teach you. You see they actually divide into how many parts? 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, 5 part, and 6 part, isn't it? So therefore, I will use the 2 pi divided by 6. Then I will get pi over 3, right? That means the first one will be pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, 6 pi over 3. Alright, so this is how I label the x-axis. I hope you actually get it. Yeah, I guess the x-axis is must to label because I checked the marking scheme, they also label it. Alright, so to determine the number of cycles, just see the number beside the x. Yes, you just see the number beside x. But then it's very important is, this one is the number beside the x, right? But always in 2 pi. Because sometimes they ask you to sketch 0 to pi only. So whatever cycle you have, you need to divide by 2. Because you only draw up to pi. You are not drawing up to 2 pi. But then, so therefore, if you see cos 6x, that means you have 6 cycles in 2 pi. But if today I ask you to draw from 0 to pi only, then you only draw 3 cycles here. Okay? Sir, can you show how to treat the label for sine and tangent graph? It's the same as, I don't understand your questions. Sine and tangent also depend the equation. Yeah, there's no way to use like one method to fix all. Yeah, 1 pi equal to 180 degree, 2 pi is 360. Can write how many cycles without working. why you want to write how many cycles without working. We can actually see from the equation. We can see from the equation. Alright, so okay, so let's move on to the next one. Hence, using the same axis, sketch a switchable straight line. So you want to sketch a switchable straight line here. Okay, so you should know this one actually equals to cos 2x, right? So 10 modulus cos 2x plus 3 pi x equals to 5. Okay, in order to make this one become a straight line, right? Our straight line equation is, I mean not straight line equation. Our y is actually equals to 2 modulus cos 3 over 2x. But you have cos 3 over 2x here. Y, right? Okay, wait. This is 3 over 2x. You have cos 3 over 2x here, but you do not have 2 here. But you have 10 here. So the easiest way is, I guess, maybe I will divide 5 for every single one here. So I divided by 5 here. I divided by 5 here. I divided by 5 here. So 10 divided by 5, I get 2. And this one, I'm going to move to the other side. You minus 3 over 5 pi x plus 5 over 5, I get 1. So this whole thing is y, isn't it? So therefore, your y will equals to negative 3 over 5 pi x plus 1. Alright, this is my equation of straight line. Then I'm going to draw this straight line into my diagram here. So in order to draw the straight line, right, we actually need a table. So I will draw the table first. I give an x and y value. So I want to know what happened when x0 and y0, and then I want to know what happened for x2 pi. So I will just substitute the thing into the equation. When x equals 0, it's trying to substitute 0 here. So negative 3 over 5 pi times 0 is 0, right? So you left 1 only. Right, then the next thing is I try to substitute the y equals 0. See what happened. So I will get 0 equals to negative 3 over 5 pi x plus 1. Then I have 3 over 5 pi x equals to 1. X equals to 5 pi. Not 5x, it's 5 pi. 5 pi over 3. So this is 5 pi over 3. And then when I substitute the 2 pi into the equation here, negative 3, x is here, right? 2 pi over 5 pi plus 1. Pi and pi I simplify. It's negative 6 over 2, negative 1.2, negative 0.2. So this is negative 0.2. Alright, then I have the table already. I'm going to plot and then draw it. So 0, 1 is roughly here. Assume. And then 5 pi over 3, 0 is over here. And then 2 pi will be negative 0.2 is roughly here. Yeah, I don't have the ruler, but assume, yeah, this is kind of the line. Okay, never mind, let me redraw. It's so hard to draw freehand here. Alright, so I'm going to move this dot slightly above here. Alright, so then I want to count the number of solutions here. Mean the intersection point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically I should have 5 number of solution. Alright, so this kind of question is, yeah, sir, is your last y is correct? Yeah, should be correct. You just plug in and type in the calculator. Can you roughly show us the sine cos tangent graph? What we should be aware? You write question. Your right question is wrong. So can we just use 2 points instead of 3? Normally you can, but in this case, yeah, because this one is you sketch one, and normally I will try to find x-intercept and y-intercept and the last value, which is 2 pi. This one is you simplify already. This one on the top here should be negative 6 over 5 plus 1, isn't it? Then it's negative 1.2 plus 1. So it should be negative 0.2. Yeah, just remember a shape of the graph. Actually, I do have a... Actually, you can easily go YouTube to search about trigo graph lah. Alright, so because I can't finish this paper already, so I'm so sorry I cannot go into every detail. So let me move on to the next one. Because this paper is so long and now it's about 9:15 already. So yeah, let me just move on. Alright, so yeah, so let's go to this one. This one, differentiation is very easy, but then recently they love to ask you to do in the first principle. Yeah, just in case you have no idea what is first principle, you will not understand what I'm doing later. But I do make a video about first principle, and online you can check a lot of video about first principle as well. So I'm going to show you the working and roughly explain. But first principle somehow is a bit confused here. So therefore, we know the dy dx here, we should get 6x, right? So I'm going to use the first principle to prove that my dy dx equals to 6x. Alright, so let me erase here. Alright, I have the equation y equals to 3x squared plus 3. Okay. Right, so in order to do the first principle, first thing is whatever y you need to add the change of y, whatever x you need to add the change of x. So therefore I have y here, right? Y I will plus change of y. I have x, right? X I need to plus change of x square plus 3. Alright, so therefore y plus change of y equals to 3. X squared plus 2x change of x plus change of x squared plus 3. Alright, or you can call delta if you want. Alright, sorry, need to multiply the 3 into here. So I have 3x squared and then plus 6x delta x plus 3 delta x squared plus 3. Alright, then what I will do is, this is my first equation. I'm going to minus my second equation. I'm going to use the first equation minus the second equation. Then I write my second equation here. Y equals to 3x squared plus 3, right? Minus them, minus them, minus them. Alright, so here I left a delta y equals to 6x delta x plus 3 delta x squared. Alright, so in order to find the dy dx, first principle tells you what? You have to limit your change of x close to 0 for delta y against delta x. Okay, this is how you get dy dx. So therefore, in order to get delta y over delta x, I will divide delta x here. So then the next step is I will limit the delta x close to 0 for delta y against delta x. This one and this one I cut, I left a 6x plus 3 delta x, right? Because this one I cut, I still have 1 delta x, but the delta x will close to 0, so I will make it 0. So I will get 6x. So this is how we actually do this kind of first principle, and at the end you will get a 6x here. So yeah, if you have no idea what is first principle, yeah, you need to go check it out. Like, I mean, from last 2 years onwards, they like somehow they will come out with first principle. Okay, I can tell you first principle is the first method they use to do the differentiation. Before they come out the easiest way and all that, they're coming out from the first principle. Yeah, it's something like the ancient of the differentiation. Okay, something like that. Alright, so okay, let me move on. Find the coordinate of the turning point. Yeah, turning point is very easy. Mean what? Okay, mean dy dx equals to 0. Because dy dx equals 6x equals 0, x equals 0. So yeah, when x equals 0, you substitute into here, y equals to 3. Because 3 times 0 is 0, right? So you get 3. So therefore your turning point should be 0, 3. Hence determines whether the turning point is maximum or minimum. You want to determine, right? Always do the second derivative. So I will do d2y dx squared. So I will dy dx is 6x, right? I differentiate 6x again, I will get 6. So 6 is bigger than 0, therefore this is minimum coordinate. Alright, this is how we do this kind of 7-mark questions. It's actually quite easy if you got it. Alright, I'm going to move on to number 7. Finally, we go to section B. Okay, repeat the third one. Alright, so in order to determine whether maximum or minimum, right, you need to do the second derivative. Second derivative means differentiate dy dx one more time. So if you differentiate again, you get the max bigger than 0, means it is the minimum graph. That means the coordinate is the minimum coordinate. If you differentiate second time, you get the x value. Now we are saying the x value. We are saying the x value less than 0. That coordinate is the maximum coordinate. This is something you need to memorize in order to work on it. So when I differentiate 6x, I actually get 6, right? 6 is a positive number, so I know it's the minimum coordinates. Okay. Okay, section B here. Diagram 7. Okay, diagram 7 actually show the part of the graph. Y equals to half x squared plus 4 and passing through the coordinate r. The straight line RS is tangent to the curve R. Alright, so first thing is it asks you to find the equation of RS. Yeah, we have the tangent. Tangent means the curve and the straight line will have the same gradient at the point R. So the first thing is I will do dy dx. Because in order to find equation of RS here, by the way, where is the S? Yeah, I guess maybe this line is RS, isn't it? Why I can't see any S on? Did I miss anything? The straight line RS is tangent to... Yeah, I guess this is straight line RS. Maybe S is somewhere here. I don't know. Yeah, just call this line is RS because it's tangent to the curve at point R. Alright, so... Okay, first thing is we do the dy dx first. We will actually get 2 move to the front. You will actually get 1x. Okay, just x. So when x equals to 2, I'm going to substitute. So my dy dx is just equals to 2 because this is 2. So right now I know the gradient, so I will use the formula y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. So this one will be my x1 and y1. This one will be my gradient. So y minus 6 equals to 2, x minus 2. So y equals to 2x minus 4 plus 6, y equals to 2x plus 2. So done. This is equation of RS. Okay, so basically quite simple. You do a dy dx, sub the x value into dy dx and form the equation. Alright, then find the area of the shaded region. So in order to find the area of shaded region here, I will integrate toward... Oh my god. Yeah, I can. So I will use a rectangle to minus the area under the graph here, under the curve. So shaded region, so the rectangle is basically 2 times 6. Okay, 2 multiply 6. So 2 multiply 6 minus, I integrate the curve from 0 to 2. From 0 to 2, half x squared plus 4 dx in order to get a shaded region. Okay, so this is 12, no doubt. So this one will give me x cubed over 6 plus 4x. 0, 2. Yeah, then sub the 0, you get 0. So I just need to sub the 2 into here, will do. So this is 8 over 6 plus 8. Alright, so you should get the value is 4. This one divided by 2, 4 over 3. 4, you will get 12. 12 is 8 over 3, right? Okay, just use calculator. Do not want to burn my head too much. Yeah, it's 8 over 3. Alright, this is how we do the shaded region. If you have no idea how to do the integration, please go to revise back how to do the basic integration. What if instead of rectangle we use a triangle? In this case, triangle doesn't help at all. Which triangle you want to use? Yeah, there's no triangle here. Maybe you see a trapezium here. But in this case, you have to use a rectangle. You have no choice. Can you explain when to use the dy dx and integration? Okay, dy dx is when you want to... Okay, come, we go to a very basic thing. Okay, if you have a d2y dx squared, you want to get dy dx, you need to integrate d2y dx squared. If you have the dy dx, you want to get the y, you need to integrate dy dx. If you have the y and you want to get the area under the curve or straight line, it doesn't matter, you need to integrate y. But if, let's say, today you want to get the volume, then you integrate pi y squared. Okay, this is some basic relationship between integration and differentiation. Yeah, I hope this one can help you understand a little bit. Can I integrate y? Okay, it's very depend, because if you integrate y here is dx, right? You can't integrate y. What is the purpose of dx here? The purpose of dx here tell you here must be in term of x, then only you can do the integration. So you can't do something like y squared over 2, which is wrong, because this is dx. Unless today you have integrate y, here is dy, then you can do something like y squared over 2. But if dx, that means you need to find the equation of y sub in to get in term of x, then only you can do the integration. Yeah, if integrate x dy, that means you need to sub the x equation into it to make in term of y, then only you start to do the integration. You don't need to worry about integration ex, because integration ex is not in the SPM syllabus. Alright, so yeah, let's move on to the last one, C here. Okay, the volume generated in terms of pi when the shaded region rotates 360 degrees on the y-axis. So you're going to rotate 360 here. I'm going to erase here because I need some space. Alright, so because in the rotate on the y-axis, we know the volume is pi x squared dy, isn't it? This is what happens when rotate on the y-axis. Then the next thing is I want to know what is the value here. Of course, I know here is 6, but then I do not know this value. I need to find this value is x equals to 0, right? So you sub y equals to 0 plus 4, y equals to 4. So this is 4. So therefore, it's from 4 to 6. So I want to find out this volume. So I need an equation in terms of x squared. So therefore, I will solve out this equation. So y minus 4 equals to half x squared. So x squared is basically 2y minus 8. Alright, so I need to solve this equation into here. Alright, so pi integrate 4 to 6, 2y minus 8 dy. Okay, now in terms of y already, I can start to do integration. I will get y squared minus 8y, 4 to 6. Alright, so yeah, I will just sub in. Okay, so it's 36 minus 48 minus 4 is 16 minus 32. Alright, then use a calculator to solve the rest. So this is negative 12 minus negative 16. So plus 16, so it equals to 4 pi. Alright, so yeah, this is how we solve this kind of question. Yeah, actually integration will be quite easy, but then yeah, if you so worried about integration, maybe you can skip it. But I would say integration is an important topic because it's coming up in paper 1 and paper 2. And paper 1 is a compulsory question. Paper 2, section B is kind of the compulsory, maybe 5 choose 4. Yeah, actually, I don't think you need to write the unit. Yx squared already, because there's a formula. Yeah, you need, let me see, is the formula given? Integration. Yeah, the formula is given here. Okay, so if you ask about yx squared, this is the formula. Alright, so let's move on to number 8 here. Okay, probability distribution. Yeah, some students asked about this question just now. Okay, the results of studies show that certain school. Maybe I move here. Okay, so the result of studies show in a certain school, 65% of the students pass MF test. So if 10 students from the school are chosen at random, calculate the probability that at least 8 students pass the MF test. Alright, so from this question, basically it's quite easy. Because what? Because they already give you the p-value. P is actually equal to 0.65 and Q should equal to 0.35. Alright, so they say, so I will assume X is a number of students who passed the MF exam. So therefore, they want at least 8 students, right? So I know X must be equals to 8. Alright, so in order to do this, basically we need to work out the formula. It will become X equals to 8 plus X equals to 9 plus X equals to 10. Do not have 11 because N is just 10 students. So we cannot beyond the N here. Alright, so then this one is just 10C8, 0.65 power of 8, 0.35 power of 2. I just apply the formula here, nothing very fancy and very special here. Power of 9, 0.35 power of 1. The last one is 10C10. 10C10 is 1. So I have 0.65 power of 10. 0.35 power of 0 is 1, so I do not write. So I only have this one, like this. Then I will just sum up. I should get the correct answer. I'm not going to waste time on typing the calculator. You can just try it out yourself here. I hope you get the correct answer. You should get 0.2616. Okay. Alright, so 3 mark. So if the total number of students in the school is 960 students, find the variance of the student who failed the exam. Yeah, it's still the same, right? Yeah. So right now I want to find the fail. Fail actually will be 0.35. Pass will be 0.65. So we know the variance equals to MPQ. So N is 960, P is 0.35, Q is 0.65. Then I will type in the calculator 960 times 0.35 times 0.65. So you should get 218.4. Isn't it? Yeah. So then we go to the part B. Yeah, tomorrow live streaming, I worry I can't be so early, or even though I wish I can do it early a bit, but I have class until 6:30 somewhere quite far from my house, and after I have dinner and come back, the earliest is 8:30. Yeah. So yeah, this is the best I can do. Alright, so the B here, the height of the student from 4 are if normally distributed with the mean of 150. I don't like standard deviation. I will change to variance. I will square root standard deviation is 15. Is it 15? Square root 225 is 15, right? Yeah. So if the student is chosen at random from a class, find the probability that the height of the student is less than 140. So Yeah, we want to find the student, the height is less than 140. X is the height of the student, so its X is less than 140. So I know I need to change it to the Z, right? 140 minus mean over standard deviation. So therefore the Z must be less than negative 10 divided by 50. Okay, negative 0.667. Alright, so and then we know in probability distribution, when we see less and negative happen at the same time, we can change it to bigger. 667. Alright, then this one you can straight away find from the Z value. 0.667, right? Where is the Z value table? I hope it do give the Z value table here. Yeah. So 0.66. Alright. 7. 23. Alright, so therefore 0.2546 minus 23, because they say subtract minus. Alright, so you get 0.2523. Alright, so this is the result, 0.2523. Why so many pages, right? Oh my god. 0.2523. Alright, find the number of students, choose randomly, fall in the range of, so right now it's in the range of 160, 180. So must in this range, so we will do the same thing, is we change it into the Z here. So all the value here need to minus mean over standard deviation, minus mean over standard deviation. Yeah, then we work it out. Yeah, so this one will be 0.667 as well. So this one will be 2. Alright, then I will work out the bell-shaped diagram for this one. So the bell-shaped diagram over here, both is positive value, so it's something like 0.667 and 2. So therefore, in order to get this part, basically I will use probability Z is bigger than 0.667 minus probability Z is bigger than 2. Okay, just in case you do not know what is happening here, okay, when Z is bigger than that value, right, we're actually getting something like this, 0.667, we're getting the whole thing. We minus Z is bigger than 2, right? 2. So imagine if you use the whole thing here, because bigger, right, going this direction, right? We use the whole thing here minus this part, then we can get the part on the middle. Alright, this is basically the logic. And this one we already found just now. This is 0.2523. And 2, this one you just find, I'm so lazy to scroll. I'm going to take out my Z value table here. 2 actually will give you 0.0228. Then I will get 0.2523 minus 0.0228. So I will have 0.2295. Not yet finished, right? Because the question asks about if the total number of students is 27 students, so find the number of students who fall in this range. So I will use 27 multiply 0.2295. Alright, so calculator tell me is 6 point something, so I will round off to 6 students. Alright, this is how we do this kind of question. Alright, so isn't the maximum is 1? How you get 2 in the bell shape? No. Maximum 1 is the probability. The area is maximum 1. The Z value can up to 4, is not mistaken. If you want to know when to use a 1 to minus probability, basically you need to go find out the probability distribution video. I do make few video about probability distribution. Go check it out. Alright. Because it will take a lot of time to understand it. It's not up to infinity because the value will go too small. Check out your Z value table here. Never mind. I scroll to Z value table one more time. Even though I'm a bit lazy to scroll. Okay, see your Z value here. You see over here in your table given is up to 3 only. Not even 4. That means you can find is from 0 to 3. Even on negative side, also can be 0 to 4. 0 to negative 3. Yeah, depend on the table. If you search online, you have a different kind of table. So why cannot 7? Yeah, because we round it off. Just 6.1965 is not yet reached the 7 student. So we'll just say 6 student. Just write 6 because not yet reached 7 yet. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question, which is, wow, so many of them. Okay, linear law. Linear law, I will just skip it because I'm so lazy to draw a graph. Okay, this topic is very easy. I think, okay, I will do this. Okay, the diagram 10 actually shows the straight line Jk and KL and perpendicular to each other where L will lies on the y-axis. The equation of straight line KL is given and then they ask you to find the value of P. So from the KL here, the first thing is definitely I want to find the gradient. I make it into a y equals to mx plus c. So y will equals to 3x minus 40. Okay, just move around, okay? So therefore, my gradient for KL is 3. And because they are 90 degree, right? So I know the gradient of KL multiply the gradient of JK should equal to negative 1. Okay, KL is 3 is already have. JK I don't have, so I'm going to 5 minus P over 6 minus 3. Oh, sorry, 3 minus 6. Must follow back the sequence. 5 minus P, then 3 minus 6. Equals to negative 1. So 5 minus P, the 3 I move to the other side, 1 over 3 over negative 3. So negative and negative I cut, 3 and 3 I cut. So P equals to 4. Alright, just simplify the equation, then you should be able to get the correct answer. And then they ask you to find the equation of straight line Jk. In order to find the equation, since you know the gradient, so the gradient of Jk is just equals to negative 1 over 3, right? Then I will form the equation by using the coordinate J or coordinate K. So you say y minus 5 equals to negative 1 over 3 x minus 3. So y equals to negative 1 over 3x plus 1 plus 5. So y equals to negative 1 over 3x plus 6. Alright, this is the equation of Jk. Very easy to get the mark. Alright, then find the area of JKL. So I will need to know the L coordinate. L is a y-intercept. Y-intercept, that means a c, right? Negative 14. Negative 14. So I have all the coordinate here. I want to find the area. You can use the distance, but I will just use the area formula. So the area will be half. They say what JKL, right? So I'm going to follow. Coordinate J is 3, 5. Coordinate K is 6, 4. Coordinate L is 0, negative 14. Repeat the first one. Alright, then you will apply the formula and get the correct answer. So it's 12 minus 84 minus negative 42 plus 30. Alright, so you solve this one out, you get negative 72, and then this one is minus 12 plus 12. So therefore it's negative 60 is 30. Alright, unit square. Alright, it's not too bad. Who are you to ask things, Professor? Can you explain how to use the formula 1 with modulus? Yeah, this formula basically is like this. You're going to multiply like this, plus you multiply like this. So therefore you will get the first one. You see 3 multiplied 4 is 12. 6 multiplied negative 14 is negative 84. 0 multiplied 5 is 0, so I didn't write the 0. Then middle you have to add a minus because you change direction. Then you multiply like this. 3 multiplied negative 14 get negative 42. 0 multiplied 4 is 0. 6 multiplied 5 is 30. Then you solve it. Whatever inside the modular sign, you make it positive. Yeah, you want to show the B, you can show like this. Okay, so yeah, so I'm going to move on to the next question. I'll still have part B here. Lotus. Alright, so a point W moves such that distance from the point J is always twice the distance. So I know from here, I know Wj will equal to twice Wk, isn't it? W moves such that its distance from Y is always twice the distance from K. Okay, so you just sub in the coordinate J and K. J is 3, 5, K is 6, 4. 3, 5, K will be 6, 4. W is unknown, so I will call it xy. Alright, then you just form the equation. Then you can get a locus W. So yeah, use the distance formula. So I will say x minus 3 square plus y minus 5 square equals to 2. I form the distance for jk. Doesn't mean wk, sorry. So it will be x minus 6 square plus y minus 4 square. Alright, I cancel out the square root by square both sides. So if I square both sides, the 2 will actually become 4 here. Yeah, why don't I just straight away expand here? X squared minus 12x plus 36 plus y squared minus 16y plus, 8y. 8y plus 60. Alright, here I will expand also. X squared minus 6x plus 9 plus y squared minus 10y plus 25 equals to 4x squared minus 48x plus 12. 144 plus 4y squared minus 32y plus 64. Alright, then you solve it. You should get the equation easily. 0 equals to x squared and x squared I solve, 3x squared. Y squared and y squared I solve, plus 3y squared. And this one I move to this side, right? Plus 10y minus 22y. And x I said plus 6x minus 42x. And number, yeah, 144 plus 64 minus 25 minus 9 plus 174. Alright, this is how we get a locus equation. Then the next thing is find the equation of locus W. We did. Hence determine whether this locus intersect the y-axis or not. Okay, intersect the y-axis, x must be equal to 0. So I will make the x 0. So I will get 3y squared. So this is 0, this is 0, minus 22y plus 174. Alright, so if I want to know whether they intersect or not, I say in the one of the video, we do b squared minus 4ac, right? Yeah, so b squared is negative 22 squared minus 4ac. Alright, so I have 22 square minus 12 times 174. So again, negative 1604 is less than 0. So therefore, it does not intersect the y-axis. Because b squared minus 4ac less than 0 means actually there's no intersection. Okay, yeah, almost exhausted. Yeah, we will. Okay, circular motion I'm not going to do, very easy. Yeah, I'm going to pick 2 more questions. So linear law, linear programming I'm not going to do. I'm going to do this one, solution of triangle, an index number maybe. Alright, so if b squared minus 4ac bigger than 0 mean intersect 2 points. Equal to 0 mean intersect 1 point, less than 0 mean no intersect. Okay, so yeah, last 2 questions. Let me drink some water. Question 14. Alright, I do the question 14 also. We do the last 3 questions, alright? Okay, so come to this question first. Write down all the information given. PB, BP is 13 centimeter. BQ is 14 centimeter. QC is 20. And the angle 85/37 is given. Calculate the length of centimeter. I want to find AP and I want to find PQ. Okay, I do the AP first, definitely. Well, 5 mark, no wonder. Yeah, there's no way you straight away find AP first. So you need to, yeah, you can find basically because you have the angle. Okay, so 3 angle plus together equals 180. So I'm going to use 180 minus 85 minus 37. Of course, in the exam you have to show how you get 58. Alright, then I'm going to use a sine rule to get the AB. So I say AB over sine 58 equals to this length plus together is 34, right? 34 over opposite length over sine 85. Then I can get the length AB easily. Use the 34. Make sure calculator in degree. Sine is 85 multiply sine 58. Alright, the length of AB is 28.94. So I want to know about AP. AP will be 28.94 minus 13, right? 13. So you should get AP equals to 15.94 centimeter. Right, quite easy. Alright, so the second one I want to find is PQ. Okay, I want to find PQ. Obviously, 2 sides and 1 angle in between. This is cosine rule, right? So PQ will equals to square root of 13 square plus 14 square minus 2, 13, 14 cos 37. Alright, so I just type in the calculator here. Minus 2 times 13 times 14 times cos 37. Yeah, I get 8.662. Alright. Does the question say how many decimal? No, right? So I leave in 2 decimal. Alright, so then the next thing is find the area of the quadrilateral APQC. Oh my god. Okay, it's a bit off. But anyway, yeah. All my number is run already. Okay, never mind. 13, 14, 58. Okay, this is 8.62. Okay, so the question asks us to find the quadrilateral PQAC. So basically, we will use the big triangle minus the small triangle. So I will need to minus out this small triangle here. Alright, so yeah, triangle formula, the big triangle will half. Okay, where is this one? This is 20, right? The whole length here, let's erase here. The whole length here is what? 28.94. The whole length here will be 34. Alright, so it will be half 28.94 times 34 times sine 37 and minus the small triangle here will be half 13, 14 sine 37. Alright, then I will type in the calculator to get my final answer here. Just type everything together lah. So answer here is 241.32 cm square. Alright, so yeah, so then the last part C, sketch the triangle ABC such that AB same as AB, AC same as AC, ABC same as ABC. Alright, so over here they want the AB, that's mean AB must be the same, AC must be the same, this angle ABC must be the same. So therefore, because angle is here, you should know this line and this line, line AB and line BC you can't move at all, because you move a little bit, you can see the angle change already. So therefore, the only line I can move is the AC. But the question says the AC must be the same. So therefore, I'm going to do some Pythagoras thing to draw something like this to make these two lines look like the same length, and then I will get my new triangle here. So this one will be my new triangle, and then I'm going to draw out this new triangle. Okay, so yeah, so they asked me to sketch a triangle and then hence find the size of angle C. And then I want to, yeah, my new C is here, right? So therefore, I have something like this. My A, my B, my C. Alright, so if this is 58, if this is 58, this is isosceles, this is 58 also, right? So my angle C here, is 180 minus 58. So it is equals to 122. Alright, this is how we solve this kind of question. Alright, so I hope you can get it. Does state the size of the angle mean acute angle? I think state the size of angle you need to write, right? Yeah, because it's very easy to get the angle. Yeah, I guess they want 122. It's not obtuse only. So no need to keep actual length, right? Yeah, no need to get actual length because you just sketch. But you make sure you sketch is very likely lah. How many decimal place need to take? Two decimal for the final answer. Okay. If you don't understand about the last part here, you go to search ambitious case in the YouTube. You should be able to see how others teach about this topic. Alright, I will do 14 and 15 as well. Alright, so now we go to the 14 here. Okay, a particle move in a straight line and passing through the O, V, so you have the equation V here where M and N is a constant in the time in a second after passing through O. Yeah, so always focus on this and this center time in the second after passing through O, because this sentence trying to tell you when s equals to 0, t will equal to 0. Alright. It's given that the particle stop instantaneously when time equals to 5. So that means velocity equal to 0, t equals to 5, because we know stop means particle is not moving, so the velocity will be 0. Alright, so it's given that and its acceleration with 3, a equals to 3 when t equals to 1. You might think about why they want to give you all this information. Trust me, this information is help you to find c value. It helps you to find c value when you integration. So normally you need this. Alright, so find the value m and n. So since I have the v here, I will just substitute the information given. V equals to 0, t equals to 5. So I have 25m plus 5n. So I can say 5n equals to negative 25m, right? So n equals to negative 5m is my first equation because it's simultaneous, obviously. And then the second equation, I'm going to use a, right? So a, I need to differentiate this one, is 2mt plus n. A equals to 3 when t equals to 1, so 2m plus n, the second equation. Sub the first equation into the second equation here. So we have 3 equals to 2m plus negative 5m. So I have negative 3m equals to 3, m equals to negative 1. Then n will equals to negative 5, negative 1, n equals to 5. Then I got my m equals to negative 1 and my n equals to positive 5. Then I will always rewrite my equation. So it will be negative t squared plus 5t. Alright, so done, first part. Find the range values of t when the particle is moved right. The particle move right means velocity is bigger than 0. Move less means velocity less than 0. Alright, so negative t squared plus 5t is bigger than 0. I factorize out the t. So negative t plus 5 is less than 0, is bigger than 0. So yeah, you should know t equals to 0 and t equals to 5, right? Bigger going to go this two direction. So time is less than 0. This one definitely rejected because time cannot be less than 0. This one time will be bigger than 5. So this is the answer. Time is bigger than 5. Alright, find the distance traveled when the particle in the second. Okay, this one you need to have some idea about time first. Alright, so when time equals to 0 to time equals to 1, this one we call first second. When time equals to 1 second, go to 2 seconds, this one we call second. So therefore, they ask about this one. So therefore, I know I need to do something like, in order to get this distance, I can use the displacement equals to integrate from 1 to 2 velocity dt. Alright, so I will sub in the velocity equation, which is negative t squared minus 5. Negative t squared, plus 5t. Then I will solve this one to get my distance. So this one will get negative t cubed over 3 plus 5t squared over 2. Alright, from 1 to 2, then you will substitute the value to get the distance here. So negative 8 over 3 plus 20 over 2 minus negative 1 over 3 plus 5 over 2. Then you type in the calculator, you should get the final distance value correct. Yeah, negative 8 over 3 plus 10. So I got 22 over 3 minus negative 1 over 3 plus 5 over 2. So minus 13 over 6. So you should get 31 over 6. So this one will be your distance traveled in the second. I hope you can get it. Yeah, then last question. Alright, so okay, table 15 show the price index and change in the price for 4 types of electronic device. Alright, we have a price index from 2016 to 2015 and 2016 to 2018. So since this one, the index number is related to 2016, so I will like minus them. So this one decreased 10%. So what I will do is I will take the 2016 index number minus 0.9. Alright, so I will use 120 multiply 0.9. I should get 108. So therefore, this one I will get 108. This one increase 5%, I will use this one multiply 1.05. So it's 147. This one increase 20%, I will straight away do multiply 1.2, 150, 156. I hope I didn't make any mistake. So this one will be 125. Alright, so why 0.9? Because 100% minus 10%, you actually get 90%. 90% is 0.9, right? Because it's 90 divided by hundreds. Alright, so and then we have some value for smartphone, for laptop, from television and DSLR camera. 600. So I write this is weightage definitely. 600. The second one is 400. Third one is 300. Last one is 200. This one definitely is the weightage value. It's a W. And then I will do something like the sum of the weightage with 1500. Okay, so the price, the one price of 2016, the LED television is 3900. So they want a price of 2015. So television, where is television? Here. Yeah, so we know we use price for 16 over price for 15. Multiply 100 should get 130. So we have the price for 2016, right? We want to find a price for 2015. 3900. 3900 over this one, 1.3. So price for 2015 equals to 3900 divided by 1.3. 3900 divided 1.3, you should get 3000. So therefore, this one actually is quite easy. You will get the 3000 over here. Alright, so yeah, teacher, why we have to multiply 120? Can't it be 90 for the index number? Yeah, this one is very confusing part, because they say the change in price index from 2016 to 2018, I guess maybe have to relate to 2016 price number. If from 2016 to 200, okay, now we have two. Okay, if assume we will remain unchanged, we will assume it's 100. Do I need to relate for that? Okay, let me double confirm with you. Because it relates to 2016, so I guess you have to use the okay, so because this one is from 2016 to 2018, right? So therefore they are actually from the 120 decrease 10%. And then go, this is price index for 2016 based on 2015, right? So this one basically is a price index for 2016. Go to 2018. So therefore, I will need to use this price index number and then decrease 10% on it. Then I get the price index for 2018. Yeah, because last time when I do this one, I also straight away do something like 90, 105, 120 remain unchanged is 100. But end up, when I try many times, all the time my answer is wrong. of course you want to know the logic, right? So I guess it's because it related to 2016. Should be. Of course, if I know more, then maybe I will let you know. I think, teacher, your motion along the straight line question B is wrong. Really? Find a range value of t when the particle is moved right. T equals to move right is bigger than 0, eh? Yeah, should be correct because the graph actually going to these two directions. I try to multiply negative, see what happens. T squared minus 5t less than 0. If I multiply negative for this equation, t minus 5t less than 0. Hey, how come this one is t? Oh, yeah, my answer is wrong. This is 0 to 5, right? It's within here, so it's between 0 to 5. Okay, but let me explain why my answer is wrong here. Okay, because this is t squared, negative t squared, the graph should look like this. So when bigger than 0, must on between here. So therefore, because should still get the same result between 0 to 5. Yeah, thanks for letting me know about that. Okay, for part B, find the prime index of all 4 electronic devices in 2018 based on 2015. Yeah, I know already. Okay, this one is a prime index because we relate between 1, 5 and 1, 6, right? This is the prime index for 1, 5 based on 1, 8. Is 1, 6, 1, 8, right? Should be, just now I say 100, 105, and 120, and 100. Yeah, this one is 1, 6, 1, 8. Okay, this one is combine both of them. So therefore, you're getting the 1518. So of course, I can show you by proving the index number. Example, this one is the index number for 1615, right? Equals to 120. Then I can say price for 16 over price for 15, or in the exam they use Q15 over Q1615 equals to 120 over 100, right? Then I will do the same thing for this one. So Q18 over Q16 equals to, let's say 90 will be 90 over 100. So if I want to get the index number for 15 over 18, then I actually do, 18 over 15. What's wrong with me? Alright, so because the largest value right in front. So this one is Q18 over Q15 times 100, right? So in order to get Q18 over Q15 here, we have to do the change rule over Q16 times Q16 over Q15 times 100. Then this one is 120 over 100 times 100 over 90 times 100. So this one and this one I cut. Then you get 12000 divided by 90. Divided by 90. Hey, am I did anything wrong here? Sub the things wrongly. Hey, but it's still okay. This one is 90 over 100. This one is 120 over 100. Yeah, 90 times 120 divided by 100. Yeah, then I'm getting 108. So therefore, the 108 itself is combine both of them. You see, I'm actually getting 108. Yeah, so the 108, when I straight away do like this, like multiply the 0.9, this one is the index number 2018 based on 2015. Alright, so therefore, this is the index number from 2016, 2015 is here. 2016 to 2018 is here. This is 2015 go to 2018. It's combined both of them. Alright. Yeah, I know a bit confused, but I hope I do clear up your mind. Alright, so yeah, because why? Because right now they ask you to find the price index for all 4 devices. So I need to get the price index. So I'm going to focus on here. This part I just show you. Of course, in the exam you don't need to do this. I just show you why actually it's combined of them. In the exam you don't need to do this. So basically you need to do this, and then you want to find the composite index. So you multiply. But since so many zero, I'm so lazy, I cancel out all the double zero here, because the result will still the same. 108 times 6 plus 147 times 4 plus 156 times 3, and then plus 125 times 2 divided by sum of weightage 50. Yeah, then you should get the answer here. Plus 156 times 3 plus 125 times 2. Yeah, 1954 divided by 50. So index number should be 130.27. Alright, this is how we get the index number for all. Alright, then I hope my answer is correct. Do let me know if my answer is wrong. Alright, it's the last part. See here, calculate the composite index for total sales of an electronic device. Find the price in... Oh, this one is a part B. Part B I already did. Yeah, I believe this is the answer for part B. Yeah, a bit blur. This is part B. So what I did here is a part C1. Alright, so this is C1. Part B I already did. And I go to the C2. Hence, find the total profit of 2018 is 2015 is 900,000. So I will just use the composite index here, because this is index for 1815, right? So I will say price for 2018 over price for 2015 times 100. I will get 130.27. Just now we got the price for 2015 is 900,000, right? Is it? Will be, yeah, 900,000. So therefore, I can get price for 2018 by solving this equation. 1.3027 times 900,000. So it's 1172430. Alright, this is how we do this kind of questions. If you write all decimal, is it well? Yeah, I guess 2 decimal will good. Yeah, for those students who take the account tomorrow, yeah, all the best to you. Yeah, for those students who didn't do the account tomorrow, yep, I'm confused. So yeah, which part make you so confused? Even though I'm very tiring, but I can try to explain a little bit more. Tomorrow you want to discuss paper 1 or paper 2? It's a very good question. Tomorrow I try to select few. Okay, I'm thinking maybe we'll discuss about Terengganu, maybe we'll discuss about Kedah, or maybe I will pick some K-Bar question to discuss. But actually I don't like to discuss the K-Bar question on the last day before the exam, because I don't want to scare you, because a lot of you like quite weak in math. If you see the K-Bar one day before the exam, you will lost confidence when on Tuesday exam. So okay, let me think first lah. But a lot of you asking about K-Bar. Yeah, some student email me ask about K-Bar. So yeah, maybe yeah, I see. If I have confidence to make the K-bar sounds easy, then we will discuss the K-bar lah. Because at least you can see more difficult type of question. When you go into the exam hall, you have experience on solving the K-bar questions. For the grade subject I already did, is already in my YouTube channel. I'm confused about 105. Oh, you're confused about this one? Okay, basically, you just imagine every year before the increase and decrease, right, is basically is 100%. So every year is 100% as a standard. So when decrease 10%, then you use 100 minus 10, then you left 90. Then if increase 5%, you use 100 plus 5. Then increase 20%, just use 100 plus 20. So this is how we get this one. Can make one video about statistics. I do have the statistic video. Yeah, you can check it out. I have permutation combination video as well. Please go check it out. And not only my video, you can go to watch other people's video also. Teacher, can you teach how to solve the g power of 10x? I believe I do make this kind of video like g power or f power of 85x. I think I do make this kind of video in my YouTube channel. You try to search the function. So try to make the playlist for each video. Yeah, I will try to make the playlist for next year. Yeah, it's impossible I make it like this today. Can use the Mandarin to explain. I guess here have a lot of students cannot understand Mandarin. I'm sorry, I can't explain here. But for index number, you can go check it out. A lot of video about index number is quite easy to understand. Yeah, sometimes you get confused like I do confuse just now. Yeah, tomorrow live streaming will about 8:30 or 9 p.m. Depend what time I done and reach home. Yeah, I have the probability distribution video. Please check it out. Yeah, so you can use the search button. Actually, it's quite easy one. Yeah, you can go YouTube to search. There's a lot of video, not only my video, a lot of great math teachers in the YouTube. You can please go check it out. Yeah, you don't need to worry about first principle. I do have the first principle video. You can go check it out. And if you want to watch again, this video will upload to the YouTube like half an hour later. So the 108147, okay, this value here, 108147,156, this is the index number from change from 2015 to 2018. Yeah. So basically, this is the index number combine both of them. So how to get this index number? You use this one, 120 multiply 0.9 and all that lah. Yeah. New variance is very easy to find. New variance, you basically just focus on multiply value. So for the new variance, you just use the whatever value they multiply or divide, you need to square it, multiply your old variance value, then you can get your new variance value. I believe I do have the inequality video in my channel. If you can't find, you can watch other. In US, they do make a lot of inequality video. You can go check it out. Yeah, I remember I do make about inequality. You just go to my channel to type inequality. Should have few. Alright, so yeah, that's all for today. So I hope you do learn something from my YouTube channel, and I hope you do learn something from my live streaming. All of you have a good rest, and just do more practice. For whoever have the account exam tomorrow, all the best to you. And yeah, rest well and good night. Bye.